Friends, my name is Andrew. This is my fantastic life story. The thing is, my parents never forbid me anything. My rents are normal. Well, with their own bugs maybe. But they don't stand out in a crowd. My dad is a metal fan in his spare time, so he rides a bike like a god. My mom has a huge tattoo on her back, but they're normal anyway. Seems like they've decided to teach me freedom and independence in their own way. When I was a kid, they never told me things like, you can't do it, or you mustn't, or you're not allowed to do that. If I tried to get into the socket, my mom sat next to me and explained in details why I shouldn't do that. She showed me some examples and small experiments. Anyway, she'd found out the human brain doesn't perceive the no. So she worked on kids' psychology. Along with that, she developed me with her cool stuff. Of course, I grew up, and I don't do any life-threatening tricks. Well, almost, but again, no one said anything to me. Once I wanted to climb the walls of the apartment block next to ours. Here's a card for me for 10 climbing classes in an upscale school and a beginner's equipment. I wanted to learn skateboarding. Here's your skateboard, son. And along with that, the first aid guide, the helmet and the knee pads. If you don't want to use the knee pads and the helmet, just look through the guide. And here I am, a hero, with my wounded knees, sitting on the curb and treating all the bruises with things from a pocket first aid kit. Everyone else shows envy. Of course, later, I didn't get on the skateboard without the helmet. Well, I think it makes sense. If my ideas didn't threaten my health, I was taught how to just deal with the consequences. If I fell down, I knew how to treat myself, but I'd do something greater, like climbing or diving after a special training. And you know what? I didn't give up extreme things, but I started to love my parents even more. Things were more complicated with my looks. At 14, out of the blue, I thought the blue mohawk was just what I really needed. And at home with a friend, I created a cool hairstyle. And then I came home proud. I now look at the pictures of those times. I think my parents pretended hard not to laugh at me because they didn't even smile. Though I think they'd laugh nonstop, at least for a couple of hours. Ripped jeans, strange experiments with looks, pierced nose, eyebrows, cheeks. On my 16th birthday, my mom took me to the tattoo artist whom she knew for a long time. Everyone was shocked a little. My friends envied me so much. Their parents even forbade the girls to paint their nails. Not to tell about such experiments I did. Clear enough, there were no problems with alcohol and smoking and other interesting stuff. What to keep close? I first tried smoking when I was 13. I didn't like it. Maybe because it wasn't forbidden. I just asked mom for a cigarette. She bought a packet of cigarettes and never forbade me to smoke. I don't know. With alcohol, it was much more interesting. Me and my friend were 15. We scraped some pocket money for a bottle of cheap beer, so we tried to enjoy it. We went to my place because we wouldn't get into trouble there. So we tried it and almost died. It was so disgusting. My dad came in, looked at our sufferings, and got us some whiskey or scotch or some other stuff from the bar. Then he gave us some snacks and invited us for a talk. Well, we looked at each other and joined him. Good alcohol felt much better than cheap beer, but frankly, it was disgusting too. And again, no prohibition for that, so no use to experiment. We tried it and calmed down. And Dad was my personal hero again. With my mom, of course, though I still don't get why they didn't laugh at what I was doing. Well, of course, I was taught to ride a bike too, and I'd say quite early. I was even behind the wheel, but only where no one would see me. And when I first took my girlfriend home, my parents just disappeared, leaving behind a couple of questions from the girl and a pack of condoms on the bedside table. Why am I telling you this? The thing is, the absence of punishment also works. And I can say it works perfect. My parents never forbade me anything. My parents only helped me to develop and explore the world safely as a kid and then as a teenager. Now, I'm 18. I'm a healthy and smart young man. I am an interesting person with no lack of emotions and memories. Alcohol, drugs, smoking, and all that stuff doesn't interest me. I don't get involved in dangerous things because I've learned to think twice and make decisions, even in extreme situations. Now, I look like an ordinary student. I want to achieve my goal. I want to open my own tattoo studio. So I'm going to be an artist. By the way, I've already made my first tattoo experiments on people.